What's good, everyone? Alex Trataros here with another Knicks episode of the Knicks Jets Etc. podcast. And what means always my buddy, my coach, my pal, the man with the plan, the dude who's got something going on today. He's feeling a little good. Why? I'll tell you why. We're not talking about this team today, but he's feeling happy because Zach Wilson looked pretty good.
Dude,
he looked pretty good.
I think he's a quarterback.
I think he's a quarterback too. It's also nice that the Jets won the preseason game, even though preseason games mean nothing. But
hit the over, really bro. Well. Hit the over.
2 TDs. dude was precise. Can't ask for anything more. But we're not talking about the Jets today. I know some of you Knicks fans are out there, or Giants fans, so you don't want to hear about the green and white. I would highly recommend that you learn something about the other team, though. So go check out the other episode too that comes out, because this is a bi-weekly pod, not bi-weekly. But I don't even know what the proper term is. I don't know how it's updated. Bilingual.
Yeah, we speak Jets and Knicks.
That's a good one. I like that. This is why I got John here. Singing on his toes. Keeps me on my toes, I mean. But John, let's get into some real discussion today. There's not a lot going on in the NBA. There's not really a lot going on for the New York Knickerbockers, to be exact. But, we have some major news first.
There's a lot going on for Knicks, Jets, etc.
Yeah. So there's some new stuff for us. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children who listen to this podcast.
Of all ages.
Thank you. You are now talking to the exclusive Knicks and the exclusive Jets podcast of the Fansided Minute Media Podcast Network.
Let's go.
That is correct, ladies and gentlemen. We are part of the Fansided and Minute Media, the owner of Fansided, and the other publication that you sports addicts probably know about, the Players Tribune. We are part of their network now. So thank you to Patrick Allen for reaching out. Thank you to Carrie. And thank you to everyone who made it possible to be part of this network. Crisby as well. Crisby, you get a shout out.
I was about to say, shout out to Crisby.
Yeah, shout out to Crisby. Even though you didn't really say much, your presence there was just enough to help us get through this. But yeah, man, making moves over here. So thank you for everyone.
Yeah. Thank you for everyone for listening.
Absolutely.
We're just having fun. We're just trying to grow together as a community. Shout out to Raisi, our producer, for always staying on top of everything. He was supposed to be on this episode, but he couldn't make it today. But we just had to drop the news. He's hyped. We're gonna be, keeping the same theme, but we're gonna be, getting better and growing day by day. And we're just excited to see what's next, man. We're just excited to see what the new path will lead us, I guess.
Facts, man. Facts. No, it's exciting. We're really excited. We do this, we don't get paid for this. This is just fun for us that we love talking about.
I'm a millionaire off this, bro. What are you talking about?
Yeah, right. Okay. Where's that money? Please help. But yeah, man, shout out to Raisi, our producer, who's been with us throughout this entire process. The intro and outro, the sound quality, just working on improving it. That's all Raisi right there. Raisi does a lot of this work. And then we just started the YouTube channel. So shout out to Greg Albert for helping us out with that. And shout out to our boy Chris Lane, who's been giving us pointers and technical help as well. And just, we got a small team here.
And that's the voice on the
That's the voice for our intro. That is facts. So, we got a small little team here. We're growing over here, but we really do this because we enjoy it. And we thank you, our listeners, for making this possible, because without you, we're not part of this network. We're not, we're just probably just doing our day jobs as usual. And we love doing this. We love talking about these two teams, and we're glad that you guys love to engage with us. That means a lot to us, more than you know. Okay. Really does. It really does. So thank you all really for helping us make this possible.
Yeah,
and
it's already got us through some tough times.
For sure. It's gotten us through some tough times. And because you guys have helped us out so much, we're going to try to make this content producing a little bit better over here too. All right, we're trying to take it another step forward to make you guys even more engaged with us and to keep you guys engaged, just more engagement. Just that's really just really the term. And hope you guys really like the improvement on the quality that we got coming up down the pipeline. But
shout out to Fanside, dude. Exclusive Jets and Knicks podcast, Alex. Let's go.
Yeah, man.
Shout
out to Fanside.
We here, baby. We here.
Oh man. So thank you all. Thank you for everyone who's made this possible. That's really what it comes down to. We're so when you see the YouTube channel, like we're just smiling right now. We're just smiling. We're just happy. But
you should subscribe to that YouTube. Speaking of,
yeah, please do that, please. But let's move on, John. Let's move on to the Knicks news. Okay, because we got a little bit, not a lot, but we got a little bit going on. I don't know if you know this, John, but the schedule dropped.
Oh, I might have heard. My Christmas plans are if I am in America, I will be at Madison Square Garden. I promise you that.
We need you back to be the ambassador. Actually, I might go with you to that game because I should be in New York for Christmas.
Dude, if I'm here, probably at around 10 a.m. I'll be at MSG on Christmas Day.
But you know what? I circled 2 games because there's 2 games, one in November, one in December, where the Knicks are coming up to Boston. So I'll be there as well. Granted, everything is like permitting, but I should be there. I should be there, screaming my head off, rooting for the orange and blue. But let's talk about this schedule, man. Let's really dive deep into it. John, when you first look at the schedule, what did you see that really made you like where your ears popped up and you're like, whoa, what was the first thing?
Well, of course, the first thing I did was, you got to see where the Knicks open. And we got 3 revenge games for our boy, Evan Fournier, to start this up, which I think is classic, right? We're home versus Celtics. And then we go to Orlando. And then the next game, Orlando's coming back. Like, I think that's so funny because that's just a typical like regular season Knicks schedule, right? Like go to Boston, do that weird back-to-back with Orlando. Then you got the 76ers. Like we're just like we start the season in mid Knicks schedule form, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it is Knicks form where we have to, help. Well, it's actually the cool thing about opening up with Boston, which I'm happy we are, is not only for Evan Fournier, but for Kemba Walker as well.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, Kemba. So I almost forget that that Kemba flash in Boston.
Yeah, because it was very short. But I like that. I think that's really the first thing I noticed where it's like, all right, so we're getting some revenge games early on for the season. We're really trying to also bring that New York Boston energy like right out the gate. That's the first thing I noticed.
And the Bulls right after, and then we're going to New Orleans. Like it starts off as a gauntlet, but then as I honestly started thinking about it, the whole NBA is just really exciting. We were talking about league pass teams. Half the league is a league pass team at this point. You know what I mean? There's only like 5 teams that I really don't want to watch. So I think it also is a testament to the league. Like there are a lot of good teams, especially in the East. We are not top heavy. The East is deep, man. Like even the Pistons are going to be a hard team. Like I'm a little bit more nervous at this moment in time, like just like on August 22nd, to play the Pistons and to play like the 76ers, because I think the 76ers are a mess right now. You know what I mean? So they're going to be fun. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of fun Eastern Conference games. People like Chicago, like we are just complete opposite team of Chicago. They're going to pace and run and gun and not play a single lick of defense. We're going to be trying to slow the game down and, playing one-on-one. So I don't know. I'm really excited about this like beginning schedule. So that was for me the first thing that popped up, but obviously everybody's screaming about the Christmas game and the primetime games. So of course, that those are like the first three like heavy hitters for me, because my schedule, man, I got to start planning my Knicks and the Jets, and hopefully the Yankees will be messing with that schedule a little bit. You know what I mean? So I'm just I got to scout it out a little bit.
Yo, October is gonna be crazy, bro.
I know, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's so many things going on. Weddings too. There's too many things going on. So I'm already trying to like, maneuver through the schedule.
That's for sure. I can't wait to use that one for an intro when it gets to October.
That's gonna be a good one, man. We're gonna have a joint episode in person in September, but the league won't have started yet. But that I'll just keep my eye on that too. Just like what's right before, what teams are gonna be right there. I don't know. I've just been really. There's not much behind the schedule, but it just gets me. It gets me going. Like, it just gets me like, yo, we're like, it's finally real. You know what I mean? Like, once you have the dates and the teams and the places, and like I can like book a hotel. You know what I mean? Like, I booked a flight from Jets Denver when the schedule came out, like mad long ago. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just like you could just like almost, like start planning your life around it. Which
for sure,
some people,
dude.
For some people, sounds crazy. For me, that's what gets my adrenaline going.
Dude, I was planning like I said, like every year. Me and my boys, we always choose one Jets game to go to that's in another state. And, we're still trying to figure that out because there's a lot going on this fall, but we're still trying to figure that out. Obviously, other things are going on as well with just COVID. So still waiting to see on what's going to happen before we actually decide and book and go to a place to go watch a Jets game, because I do love that tradition. But when you start getting back to the NBA and getting back to the Knicks, the first thing that I noticed, outside of the NBA TV games, we have 22 nationally televised. That is insanity, between TNT, ESPN, and ABC. Dude, if you look, and by the way, I'm sorry, I want to correct that. The Celtics game, it's December 18th, where they'll be here in Boston, and then January 8th, once again. It won't be a back-to-back. There'll be a day in between, but January 6th, January 8th, the Knicks play Boston twice. But if you look in February 16th, February 16th, February 25th, I guess I'll include February 27th because ABC's part of ESPN. What am I talking about? March 2nd, March 4th, March 6th. We have 6 games in a row where it's nationally televised.
I know, but
that's insanity.
I know. And like,
we haven't been here in so long.
It's they're West Coast trips. Like, those are one of that gauntlet of 6 in a row prime time, literally 6 in a row. The half of that. So at Philly, at Phoenix, at LA, those 3 prime time is the beginning of at Sacramento, at Dallas, at Memphis, and then at Brooklyn. Like,
and by the way, that gauntlet of nationally televised games starts with Brooklyn. So it'll end with coming back to Brooklyn with another televised game, nationally televised game.
I mean, like, that whole thing, honestly, from February 2nd, or let's say February 5th, right? Let's call it the Lakers game at the Lakers, or that's also ABC Saturday primetime game. Melo, that whole deal.
Yeah,
we're on a West Coast trip. Lakers, Jazz, Denver Nuggets, Golden State Warriors, Portland Trailblazers, and then we have one game off versus Oklahoma City before what you were alluding to, that primetime gauntlet starts. So,
by the
way, things are gonna get real, man. Things are gonna get real at around that All-Star break.
Oh, for sure. By the way, the other Lakers game, because I think we only play them.
Oh yeah, well, only twice.
Yeah, we're playing them twice. The other Lakers game is also nationally televised, TNT.
Yeah, it's on November. So, around Thanksgiving. Yep.
So we're here, man. We here, as Randall said. So
shout out to Knicks Film School. Go get your hoodies.
Oh, look at that! You're wearing the hoodie too. Nice. Very, very appropriate for what I just said. But I'm just it's so interesting how we went from what, two, maybe two, three nationally televised games last season to 22. And this is even including NBA TV.
Yeah, man. And shout out to the Hawks for making us relevant again, man.
Should we talk about that or how we have Hawks?
I'm excited. I mean, we have Hawks fan TV. That's gonna be fun. We're personally friendly, with some Atlanta podcasts. So shout out to them.
Shout out to Phila.
We're talking about how we have a Christmas game, but we didn't allude to what the Christmas game was. So yeah, let's talk about the Hawks, man. I feel like we play the Hawks every day now. You said we'll be at that Christmas game. Of course, if I'm here, I'm going to be there because I can't miss a Hawks game apparently. What do you think about that, man? What do you think about Trae Young coming here noon Christmas? How do you feel? What do you think?
I'm happy that the Knicks are back on the Christmas Day schedule because they've been a staple of the Christmas Day schedule. It wasn't until the Knicks sucked that we got removed because no one wanted to see us get blown out.
We were still getting games when we sucked.
Yeah, I remember when Kyrie was on the Celtics and we had a Christmas Day game. I'm like, why are they doing this to us? Like, why am I watching Kevin Knox on? Like, who wants to watch Kevin Knox? Like,
nobody. That's why they took us off.
And like, this is no slight to Kevin Knox, but it's like we got a bunch of nobodies really who've established themselves yet. And
Lee Valentine is gonna come after you, bro.
I know his prodigal son, Kevin Knox, is we gotta get Lee back on here anyway, since he needs to show his beautiful face on the YouTube channel.
You got all pretty for us. You got mad at us though.
But dude, I like now that we're back, it's good. Like I'm happy about it. Now, if we're going to talk about the actual game, it should be fun. We're better, in my opinion, this season. Like, sure, we swept them last season, but that last game, you and I always talk about when Trae Young went down with the ankle injury. It didn't feel like a true full-on win because he was cooking, man. You could
feel MSG imploding when that was happening.
Yeah,
we were all terrified. Because that's what changed our whole season. That game. That was fourth seed. That was when I was literally running around screaming fourth seed to people as I was walking to my car. Like literally, I'm not even joking. I have videos of me literally just yelling at everyone fourth seed, them yelling back at me, hell yeah, fourth seed. Like. I did that for 25 minutes.
Dude, I'm just happy that the Knicks are back. But if we're going to talk about that game just from the get-go, I think the Knicks will be better than what we had last season. Offensively, it should be interesting, but it's the Hawks. They made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. They're a good team. So it's not going to be an easy game. And it's clearly an indication that the NBA sees that the Knicks and the Hawks are now truly, rivals, that we have bad blood, that we're enemies,
Yeah, they're creating the Reggie Miller. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, they know what they're doing. Come on now. We all know what the NBA knows what they're doing. I mean, we
really
have the
quick.
Christmas Day.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hold on. No. We have Atlanta, Christmas Day. I mean, prior to that, it's not nationally televised.
Wait, before we jump off Christmas, what's your favorite Christmas jersey?
Oh,
you have a favorite Christmas jersey? Because mine is the script.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Is that yours too? Okay.
Yes.
Before we jump off Christmas, I hope we bring back the script jerseys. And the commercial when they were all hitting the threes.
That's beautiful. Oh man,
those two things. I just I
didn't like.
Before we jump off Christmas, I just needed to mention those two. That's why I need those two things: Christmas, outdoors, indoor dining, outdoor Christmas tree. I'm excited about Christmas, New York. It's gonna be a good vibe. But yeah, that's why I just needed to get that out there. I also wanted to know if you like the different jersey than the script, because that's one of my all-time favorite Knicks jerseys, honestly.
Yeah, no, that is definitely one of my favorite too. I love the script. They did that one perfectly. What was it? They also did another one too, where it was all orange. Another one where the Knicks played. Was that the same? Was that the same game?
You and your orange jerseys with your Shump jersey just chilling in the back there.
Yeah, you already know. It's terrible. It's sad that we lost every single game in that one.
I really don't like the orange jerseys or the St. Patrick's green jerseys, but
Oh,
digress.
absolutely not. Oh my God. Keep
the
the green
kryptonite made
jerseys.
jerseys.
Oh, please keep that stuff away from me. That made no sense. And shout out to my guy Art Rondo, who wrote about awesome piece about the orange jerseys and why it actually affects why the Knicks lost that game or all those games, because it actually interferes with like their depth perception, since the hoop is orange. And then they're also giving out, not only is your team wearing orange jerseys, not only is the hoop also orange, but then they were also giving out orange shirts for all those games too. So all you see in the arena is orange. So it's like, oh my God. He's like, dude, it's messing with your eyes, because like depth perception. It's actually really article. There's a lot that goes into it. So definitely check it out.
Yo, I have to check that out, Alex, because we lost 2 straight high school championships when I was playing, and we had orange jerseys. So if this might validate the whole thing for me. I might have to look at the article and maybe like close out some demons I've been holding on to, man. Blame it on the orange jerseys.
Oh my God. Blame it on the orange jerseys, but they're a nice color. I do like it. I do like wearing them.
I'm so happy they changed the court back to blue. The paint for the Knicks instead of orange back to blue.
Yes, back to blue is also it's classic, man. It's classy. But I'm happy the Knicks are back on Christmas Day. What I was going to say is that the Knicks, they play the Hawks 4 times and only 2 of their games are nationally televised. On top of that, with regards to Christmas, fun fact, John, the New York Knicks are the leading franchise with most Christmas Day games, with 53 total, if you didn't know. However,
I did not know that. I like that.
However, our record is not that.
Yeah, no.
Like I said, it's not horrendous. It's not horrendous.
What is it?
It's 22-31.
Oh, okay. It's horrible.
It's not good. It's bad. But it could be a lot worse. And the last time the Knicks played on Christmas Day, it was actually not against the Celtics. I do remember that game though. The game that they did play was. You ready for this one? It was Kevin Knox's rookie season. I was correct about that.
It was the Bulls.
No.
The Knicks Bulls was my favorite game. What's wrong?
That was a good one.
Yeah.
The Milwaukee Bucks.
Oh man. Was that Giannis's rookie? Second
No,
game?
Giannis wasn't a rookie. Kevin Knox was the rookie.
Oh, Knox rookie.
Yeah. We lost 109-95.
Yep. Good times.
Good times. Good times.
No, we're not getting blown out anymore. We don't get blown out anymore. We're done with that. Tibbs doesn't get blown out.
That's for sure.
And now we added 2 players that can score by themselves too, man. And that prevents blowouts.
For sure. So actually, since you brought that up, let's transition into our next topic then. Because unless there's anything else you wanted to say about the schedule.
No, dude. I think that's enough for schedule. I'm hyped. We'll talk a little bit more as the season gets a little closer. Our schedules clear up a little bit, which games we're going to go to, and then we're going to have some Knicks, Jets, etc. games this year. So we'll get down to business in a couple of weeks.
For sure. But let's move on to the next topic then, which is the 2 guys that we got from Boston that will help us with our offense, which is Evan Fournier and Kemba Walker. Now, last week,
and Fat Joe.
Yeah, the New York Knicks have now signed Fat Joe and Dipset to a lifelong contract. We made trade.
Shout out Heatmakers.
We made shout out to Heatmakers. We made trade Dipset though, because of the LOX Jadakiss in particular just wiping the floor of them. So that may come soon. Shout out to the 914. Shout out to the YO. Shout out to
SUNY Albany Fall Fest for getting Jadakiss a couple years ago. And everyone said he was dead. And now look at him.
Now we'll go. Now everyone's like, oh wait.
And we got J. Cole twice. Everyone's like, oh, J. Cole. Yeah, SUNY Albany was.
Yeah, we also had Lupe Fiasco, bro.
Oh, yeah, Lupe.
Yeah, we had Lupe Fiasco. I did sidetrack. I love that concert. I didn't like how everyone was like, we should have had Lil Wayne. What Lupe sucks. I was like, yo, you are not a fan of hip hop if you are hating on Lupe. Like, get out of here. Get out of here.
Yeah,
you want
for sure.
Lil Wayne. I like Lil Wayne, but there's hip hop, and then there's like, yo, let's turn up. All right. Although Lil Wayne's got some legit like whimsical lyrical genius to him, and there's some songs I can get like truly like bump and just ride out and chill to in a car. But let's get back on track to Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier. So we got these two guys. The premise is that because of Kemba Walker, Evan Fournier, injecting him into the starting lineup, we're going to get some more offense. And last week, as I was also starting to say, we had a presser with everybody. We had the media there. We had, the Post, Daily News, SNY, everyone asking Evan Fournier and Kemba Walker questions on, why did they choose the Knicks? What do they expect? How much do they expect to play this season? What were your choices for coming here? Even shout out to our own guy, CP Knicks Fan TV, for even getting Evan Fournier on the show.
Oh yeah,
asking him some
that was awesome.
Dope questions. Yeah,
CP,
for sure.
Sick.
Yeah. So, John, I'm going to start it off with you. What were some of your key takeaways with what you saw from the presser with Kemba and Evan?
I mean, I always feel bad. I know it's dumb, but I always feel bad when there's like two guys together or three guys and it's clear who the star is, at least like the media star, not even like the basketball. So just like and it was clear that even though Fournier got the big deal, right, and he should be the guy, like everyone is talking to Kemba. And I actually think that Kemba, the way he controlled the press conference, right? The way he was like interacting, the way he was talking, the way he was answering the questions, the way he was like interacting with Tibbs and the front office, right? They asked him, how do you feel about back-to-backs? And he's like, yo, ask him. He's right there. And then he's like, yo, he's playing. And they're all laughing. You know what I mean? Like that camaraderie, that culture, that's cool, right? Because the number one criticism of the New York Knicks is the owner and how he controls the media and the culture that goes around with that. And so if it's being broken, you know what I mean? If it's obviously changed, where we also see it on the Jets culture, where it's just like the press conference, it makes a difference. You know what I mean? It makes a difference how the players act, how Carl Lawson's acting, how CJ Mosley speaks. You know what I mean? How the coaches speak, how Tibbs is talking, and how Kemba Walker's interacting, man. So it didn't really do anything for me. It got me excited. It gets me excited to see Fat Joe all hyped because he was at a bunch of those games, man. He was at I think 2 of the 4 regular season games I went to this year. And he was at all the playoff games I went to. So I think he missed one. 1 out of the 3. So I mean, he's there. You know what I mean? It's so cool. He was riding around with his 2022 Escalade. Said what up to him on his way out of the lot. Like he really is one of us. He just like has more money and he's a guest of the Garden, so he's allowed to sit courtside and go to the press conferences. So it's really cool. So I think he's just all of us. You know what I mean? He's just like, I can't believe Kemba Walker's here, Bronx native. He was like walking around with his jersey.
Yeah,
like the picture
white
of Fournier, Fat Joe, Kemba Walker, and like our front coaches and stuff. That's a most classic picture we have.
Yo, absolutely. And it's so it's dope, man, to see that Kemba, Evan, the coaches, everybody was just felt natural. It didn't feel like anything was forced. Even having Fat Joe there during the presser, that's huge. Before, like, pressers were just truly like buttoned up, didn't really say much. You gave all the generic speech talk, like, I'm just happy to be a New York Knick, trying to make this team good again, trying to stay competitive, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, these guys are having fun. They're smiling. Like the amount of smiling I just saw from Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier. Like even Evan Fournier said that, he said, you guys probably didn't know this, but for years he's been telling people back in France that he's wanted to play for the Knicks. One, that's dope that he wanted to play for the Knicks for so long, but to even be that candid to see like how relaxed they were and just see Kemba smiling and just how happy they are to both be Knicks. It's dope to see that guys really do appreciate being a New York Knick and want to come to this franchise. And even when you listen to Evan Fournier and when you're listening to him talk to CP on Knicks Fan TV, he was talking about, it's a done deal because Tom Thibodeau going to hold you accountable. gonna, these guys are good defenders. They don't really make mistakes on the court. They're a very well-oiled machine. So it's dope to hear players talk about the Knicks like that. Really,
especially
awesome.
players that have been murdering us for years. I mean, Evan Fournier and Kemba Walker have been tearing us up for years, man. And I think it's really cool that Fournier is being engaging on the Twitter. And I actually want to throw you up a quick question that he asked. He said, and he was having an argument with his buddies, and since you're my buddy, my pal, all that stuff in the intro, I figure I'll ask you, would you rather, I guess, Fournier get you 27 points of
I saw that tweet.
Flashy points, like dunks and, things are going to pump up the court. So let's call them Steph Curry points. Would you rather 27 Steph Curry points, or would you rather 40 boring points, like free throw line, like mid-range jumpers, and let's call those Kawhi Leonard points? So would you rather have 27 Steph Curry points, where it honestly does change everything? The energy in the room changes. People get better at basketball. The other team gets worse at basketball, just based on those points. Or would you rather have like a quiet 40, which in my opinion it bores the other team to death and also makes them worse, but it's not going to necessarily make your team better, and it might not necessarily make the other team worse. It kind of depends on their morale and their,
I think
their juice. What do you got there?
I think if we're really going to break this down, like when would I want to see that? I think early in the season, I always say go for the 40 points, get everything rolling first, just get into a groove, know your team, keep it simple, don't be too flashy. Teams that can be flashy right out of the gate means they've been together for a long period of time. Even though most of this roster is still the same, we're adding two key components in Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier. They're both going to be starters. They're both going to be heavy parts of the offense. So if Evan starts off with a quiet 40 and we're winning, like, I'm not upset. 40 points is 40 points.
I mean, that's the thing. Yeah. The number, I think the
impressive.
40 number was too high in the trivia question, to be honest with you. But yeah, I mean, 40 is 40.
Yeah. I mean, I'll take 40 all day. Now, if you're telling me that, it's 40, he's helping carrying the team, and like we're getting to a win that way, absolutely. If it's 40 points, we're getting to a loss, and it's boring. It's like,
the thing is, it's impossible to get quiet points in the Garden. It's impossible. He can't factor that in. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking like somewhere like, let's call it Atlanta, right? let's make believe we're in Atlanta in regular season. Like, would you rather drop 40 or the 27? I think the 27. You know what I mean? Because you need to get these players up and going. Like, we kind of take for granted that energy that MSG brings.
So this is where I was getting to with the 27 points. Like, if it's like later during the season, like I'm all fine with 27 points being electric, like an electric 27 points where you're getting crazy dunks, step backs. You're just feeling it. Everything that you do, the ball just goes in totally behind it.
Dude, Steph Curry makes me want to go outside and shoot basketballs. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm just watching on TV. Like,
that's a fact.
Giannis doesn't do that to me.
No, he doesn't. But look, man, 52 points, 50 points or 50 points, though.
No. I'm just saying, like,
I understand.
The 27 energy points, like, it does change everything around.
Absolutely. You. Look, man, I'll just say this. I remember playing a league game, and we had this dude named Miggs. Shout out to Miggs. Dude played high school ball in New York City. He was on our team. Dude could dunk, was brolic, just could body people, very athletic. And I just remember him just jamming it on an outlet pass on our team. And I was just hyped. And like, I was ready to go. Like, it just gets your adrenaline going. So no, an electric 27 points gets the team going, especially but the thing is, like, that question is like so freaking nuanced. I know people just want it to be so easy, but if you really want, like, is it 27 points and we're talking about everyone's involved 27 points, or we're talking about 27 or 21? Yeah, it's 27 points and just like, it's just come watch the Evan Fournier show. Like, if it's the Evan Fournier show and it's 27 points and we're not going anywhere, like, I don't care how exciting it is. The L sucks more than just watching a dude go off. You know what I mean? It's just so much nuance in that. But if you're asking, like, and I think you're right that the numbers are just too far. Like, I think it was like 35 was like the number. It's like, do I want a 35 like quiet 35 or do I want an electric 27?
Or even like a quiet or like a loud 20 and like a a quiet 30. Or like
that's closer. No, it has to be it has to be closer in like points because I feel like that is
40
realistic.
how many 40-point
There's
losses
not that many 40
have?
How many 40-point games are out there though? Like people are just going off for 40. You know what I mean?
And like losing too. Nobody's losing. So like you always should choose the 40. You know what I mean?
Randall had a 40-point game against the Hawks, and that was the only 40-point game that he had. You know what I mean? That was one 40-point game. So if you're getting 40 points, it's like, dude, 40 points is 40 points. Like that's
he's played the Knicks a lot, man. Him and he's watched Terrence Ross and Vucevic. Every time they play us, one of them gets 40, bro. And Kemba, every time he plays us, like he gets like, so they're like, yeah, 40. You know, what's the problem? Speaking of 40.
Speaking of 40, what?
I think we could finally end the Dame to Knicks rumors, especially for 2021.
Yes, I agree with that.
So not only do we have like we can't trade our guys till December stuff, but CJ McCollum came out this week and said that Dame is all in. Carmelo this week talking about Dame and his like pedigree and his word and his loyalty. And so if Dame's all in, if Dame says he's all in, then Dame's all in. So let's just move on from Damian Lillard to the Knicks in 2021. Carmelo is going to be on the Lakers in 2021. If you want to start talking about them in 2022 when the time comes, I'll entertain it. But for 2021, I think I'm done with the Dame to Knicks talk.
I agree. I agree with that. And to clarify, that was on the Woj podcast for CJ McCollum. And where was the Melo thing again?
No free ads, bro.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Well, I don't know where it was. I think that's on his he also started his own network. Him and KD both started their own networks.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so I don't know the name of it, honestly. I would shout it. I just don't know the name.
Gotcha. But yeah, I would say I agree with you, man. Like, let's end the talks for this season on Dame coming to New York. It's, I think we're just going to be running it with this team anyway, just the way that the contracts are structured. Like they're tradable contracts, as we discussed. But I also don't know if they're actually truly planning for this season. And to be honest, the Dame talk, because I don't know if people remember where this Dame talk started from. This isn't like Dame saying, like, maybe Dame does want to come to New York. I don't know that. Okay. I do not know.
You don't?
Yeah.
Everybody in Knicks media seems to know.
I just want to point out that this all started with Dame coming to New York with Stephen A. Smith, where he was on, it was like middle of the season, I think back in March. And he was like, where Dame needs to be? Because he's playing on the West Coast and we can't see him doing all this stuff.
Because he can't stay up late, bro.
Yeah. But if he was on the East Coast, and where on the East Coast? The Mecca. And it's like, yeah, no duh. If he was in Madison Square Garden putting up 40 points, then yeah, everyone would be tuned in watching that game. It's very hard for someone to go watch Dame go off in Portland, but Dame's not really worried about that. Dame's just worried about winning and winning a championship. He's not really caring about how many viewers he's getting unless you're in the arena. So I just want to say that is where I believe this whole Dame talk started, and it's just been piling on,
dude. All these guys, they just smell blood in the water when they hear superstar Knicks. Ooh, this could be juicy, and this could not work out, whether he doesn't go there at all, or he goes there and it messes up. Like, let's just blow this up right now. How many people Oubre, how many people were rumored to be like not just coming to the Knicks, like guaranteed like talks with the Knicks? You know what I mean? How many people?
Shout out to Oubre's agent.
Yeah, there's so many guys like that. So like, it's exhausting after a while, man.
Yeah, I mean, look, the Knicks are the Knicks are the wealthiest franchise. They're worth $5 billion, and they're known for overpaying people and paying.
Shout out to James Dolan.
Shout out to James Dolan for overpaying. But that's why everyone's tied to the Knicks, because it's to create a competitive market. They're a major market. The Knicks have been bad. And if you just put the Knicks in that title, a bad team looking for a good, decent player, then yeah, that means the value starts to increase because, oh, well, the Knicks are trying to get good. Well, if they're willing to pay somebody, we got to pay them too, because James Dolan has had a propensity of overpaying players, and we've been so bad that we need players in general. So this is where this whole freaking thing starts. Now, once again, I'm not saying that Dame may not want to come to New York.
I'll see him next year. I'll see him next
year.
We'll
see what happens.
We'll talk about that. I'm down. 2022, we'll talk about it.
I think we're just sticking with who we got right now, and there's nothing wrong with that for another season. Keeping some continuity and developing our talent and seeing what happens, man. I'm really looking forward to it. But overall, that's really what we got for the Knicks, man. There's not much. We got the schedule. Evan Fournier and Kemba Walker are now in Knicks. We don't need to fully break down. The president's happy to be here. We're happy to have him here.
Yeah, I mean, the Knicks are at Dallas on my birthday, so that's gonna be interesting. We'll see what happens there. Maybe if I get crazy, we'll go. We'll see. So pre-pandemic, the one game I had booked for the Knicks that got canceled was a March game in New Orleans because I wanted to see Zion. That's why when Zion came to the Knicks, Madison Square Garden last year after COVID, I had to be there. So that's the one thing I'm looking at. The problem is it's early. It's in October. So this is going to be still like COVID restrictions everywhere. So we'll see. We'll see how the climate is before I try to get my butt to New Orleans. But that would be cool.
That would be cool, man. And I'll tell you this: I've been to New Orleans.
I've never been, dude. That's why I want to do it. That's why I want to do it too.
I went down for Mardi Gras. I was down there for 8 days. I actually got to go to
8 days.
8 days in New Orleans.
I think I've never heard of anyone spending 8 days in New Orleans.
So we had made
it out alive.
Yeah, man, made it out alive for sure. So I think I partied for 4 or 5 days just for Mardi Gras, because Mardi Gras is a month-long thing. I don't know if people know that. Like, Mardi Gras is a month-long thing of just parades, and drinking, and having fun. Like, that is their biggest, like, that is their moneymaker for the state and for the city.
It's March, don't know.
It's like, it depends. It's Fat Tuesday.
Yeah, is that like February, March?
Yeah, February,
April?
March. But it starts early. It starts early. Starts in February.
I'm uncultured.
But it's a lot of fun, man. Yeah, 8 days. We had a buddy down there who was working down there. So he had it was considered a 1-bedroom, but it was truly a studio apartment. So this is what they did. It was a studio. Imagine like a studio apartment, but they put glass panes around the bed to make it the bedroom, so you could slide it all around.
Nice. I like that.
It was really cool, but it was like in an old warehouse building, like super cheap, $800 for a studio apartment down there.
I love that.
You have to keep in mind, like, there was like 10 of us, like 8 to 10 of us in the studio apartment, just like on air mattresses, just chilling, dude. It was.
Do you recommend? Even though the living situation wasn't that great, that's telling. Do you still recommend New Orleans?
Oh yeah, I mean, I was staying in there. I mean, the issue with going down from Mardi Gras is that the hotels are booked up a year in advance. So we went down and we just had a friend down there. So like me and my boys, so we didn't have to do anything. It saved a lot of us for money. We just, reimbursed some drinks and food. So that's always easy. That's always doable. But Mardi Gras was fun. So that's where I was going. We went to see the Pelicans play my boy, Giannis Antetokounmpo. So and this isn't just any year that I got to see Giannis. It was his rookie season.
Nice.
So I got to see Anthony Davis in his second season. So
and was that Boogie too?
No, Boogie was not there yet. Boogie was not there yet. It was Drew Holiday, Anthony Morrow. It was
we got you.
Lackluster. It was a lackluster cast for both sides. Yeah. For both sides. But it was a lot of fun, man. The court's nice. Seats were dirt cheap then. We were courtside we were courtside. Ready for this one? Courtside behind the hoop, $80.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, maybe I'll consider that for Halloween weekend down in New Orleans. I got March 9th at Dallas in my crosshairs, and of course, almost every home game. Just it's already marked in my Google Calendar, but so we'll see what happens.
Nice. Yeah, man. I recommend going down there. Tickets are cheap. It's a lot of fun, a lot of good eats, a lot of good drinks. Definitely recommend going down to New Orleans. The last thing I will say about that place, about that game is that we actually were on ESPN because there was a highlight play by Anthony Davis for a crazy, ridiculous slam. And like we were so close. It was like, there we are.
That's awesome. That's awesome. It's great. That's great. So yeah, I think that wraps it up, man, on this Knicks episode. Again, huge announcement for us to be the exclusive Knicks and Jets for 1 Minute Media fan-sided. Really cool endeavor for us. So we thank you guys. We're gonna try to get you guys more involved. Let us know, interact with us, subscribe, like to our YouTube, and hit the bell, as Alex likes to say. But also leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. It helps a lot. Also, if you could just unsubscribe, subscribe, right? Like as everyone likes to say on the Spotify and the Apple. That would be really helpful for us.
Actually, they don't need to do that.
Oh,
yeah, they do not need to do that.
Let's go.
The RSS feed is automatically updated, so don't worry. It already redirects you. So
we're killing it right now. Let's go.
Yeah,
so yeah, we appreciate you guys. Like just let us know how we can improve. Hit us up. Any questions you ever have. We're gonna do a mailbag soon. That would be cool. Get you guys involved.
For sure. Yeah, we're gonna do a mailbag soon. We got a lot of stuff coming up to get you guys involved to make sure that you guys are feel part of this community, because that's what we want. We want to create a good community, because guess what? There's a good amount of us out there. There's a good amount of us out there that are Knicks, Jets, and Yankees fans. All right, let's keep that straight. All right.
Yeah, they're making us seem like we're a weird breed, but every day we keep growing.
We keep growing, and we're out there, man. Don't let these Giants, Knicks, Yankees, Rangers guys like think that they're.
I like the Rangers.
I'm not against the Rangers. I'm just saying, like, they make it seem like they're the true ones that exist. Sure,
they're the blue bloods. They're the blue bloods.
Yeah, the blue bloods. They're all the first teams that were here. Yada yada yada. Okay, that's nice. Okay. Great. That's whatever.
Oh yeah, man.
But yeah, that's it.
Shout out to our first Knicks YouTube episode.
Shout out for another first Knicks episode. Shout out for our first Minute Media fan-sided episode on the books. So yeah. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. And as John said, just as a repeater, make sure to, if you listen to us on Apple Podcasts, make sure to give us a 5-star rating and to leave us a comment too. Let us know what you think. Let us know what we could do to improve. And if you don't listen to us on Apple Podcasts, it's okay. It truly is okay, because we're on all other media platforms: Spotify, Google Play, Amazon, Alexa, Stitcher, you name it, we're there. And if you guys are watching us on YouTube, please, as John also said, make sure to hit that bell, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and make sure to give us a like, man. All helps out. Make sure to comment in the chat too. Not the chat, but the comment section below. And guess what? We'll engage with you. We'll talk to you guys. Don't worry. We'll respond. Oh, yeah. And on top of that, please make sure to follow us on all social media platforms. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, you name it. We're all there. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in for another Knicks episode of the Knicks, Jets, Etc. podcast. We'll catch you later this week for a Jets episode, and where you can hear us be hyped about Zach Wilson and potentially getting a new pass rusher? Question mark?
We'll see what happens.
All right.
But for now, let's go Knicks, baby.
Let's go.